Thank you. And say the secret, White, and you win $100. No, you divide $100 between you. That's what it was. I'm sorry, that's someone else's line, not mine. How are you? Welcome to the show and to picturesque 58th Street in New York. This is some street we're on, isn't it? I have never mentioned it much before. The man who wrote Every Street's a Boulevard in Old New York saw this street and burned his piano, I'm told. Really something. Can you hear me in the balcony? How do the people who say no know what I ask? They have never figured this out. Besides Mr. Marks, Truman Capote's here tonight, and Jim Fowler. Jim Fowler, you know, always brings an animal. I'm not allowed to tell you what sort of animal he has brought tonight, but the people in the balcony will be glad to know that it likes to attack people close to the ground. So it's nice to... He had a boa constrictor here earlier, but it got loose somewhere, and so we don't... So to the lady who complained to the page that the fire hose was bothering her, don't have a fire hose. Anyway, the big news, of course, is that the Food and Drug Administration, this isn't very big news, has said that everything has to be named from the place it came from. That's in today's paper, and probably the least exciting news item of the day. Like Boston baked beans have to come from Boston, Idaho potatoes. This has worried sick the executives in the Valley of the Jolly Green Giant. This is actually an actual law. And the executives of Mars bars are panicking. It's a wonderful law. You know that terrible sense of panic you get when you're eating an Idaho potato and think it might have come from Montana. I'm so glad they passed it. What else? Have you noticed that the concern with truth in packaging has come along at the same time as the no bra fad? Is there a joke there? I'm just asking. I don't know. There may be a joke in that. I haven't struck it yet, but there may be. Say, my dumb cousin Norman, I haven't mentioned, he's in trouble with the law. He was coming east from Chicago on the bus, and I think it was in Detroit, they said, "You change here for New York," and he started to undress. Just a joke to see if you could tell a joke from real things. Say, Martha Mitchell and J. Edgar Hoover appeared at that dinner in Washington last night. Did you see about that? And Martha Mitchell said a profound thing. She said, "When you've seen one director of the FBI, you've seen them all." Did you see that? She did, got a big laugh. What else? There's another thing in the paper, that tall men make more money. A professor at the University of Pittsburgh did a study, that's true. It said that they get higher starting salaries at companies. I resent this sort of news item. The fact that he studied the Knicks, the Lakers, and the Celtics. No, he really did. And when you think about it, it probably is true. I mean, have you ever had a man come up to you on the street and say, "Can I borrow $10? I'm a little tall"? No. Oh. Are these the same people who were smiling and applauding earlier? There's a subject I do not know how to broach with you, but it's come up. Several people sent clippings in from the paper. This age, sex has been so abused, this age that we live in, as you know. And the latest thing is probably the capper of them all. Have you heard of this thing called the Sex Bowl that's going to take place in the East? Yeah, it is. I'm not making this up. It's going to be on closed-circuit television, luckily. And I'm trying to explain this tastefully, various couples would do what you would expect in a sex bowl, and they're supposed to be graded. Is this appalling? Are they going to grade it like college? I mean, originality, neatness, and grasp of subject, or what? I've got to know what's this. It's absurd. I don't want to go on with this. Listen, there's a man backstage who's making everyone laugh with a cigar and mustache, and why Truman Capote is dressed that way, I don't know. So we'll be right back.